I was listening to some short done by a Christian a couple of months ago, a Christian man, covering a conversation between two Muslim men. And then he made commentary on the conversation of these Muslim men. And these Muslim men were saying to each other, like it was funny, women need to cover up with the hijab. They were speaking in Arabic, and there was interpretation at the bottom there, captions. He's like, women need to cover up with the hijab, because if at all you were to look upon a steak, a juicy steak, famished, ravenous out of your mind, chilling in front of you, if you were to gaze upon a juicy steak with some slab chips, some fries over there, some Coca-Cola, whatever, of course I'm paraphrasing, yeah, would you not, when you're ravenous and you're famished, just want to go in and eat? But if you cover that food with a microwave cover, or if you cover it with, you know, the stuff that they use vele to cover food before they serve it in restaurants, that silver thing, you won't know that there's food in there. You are not gonna know, and so therefore you're not gonna want to just go all up in there and devour it. And then they went on to conclude that this is the reason why women need to wear hijabs, and why Muslim women need to never mind wear hijabs, but just their whole bodies need to be covered like they're wearing a parachute. And then the Christian man went on right ahead to comment like this. He was like, you see, my point exactly, gentlemen. My point exactly. You said that you're ravenous, you said that you're famished, you're hungry, and you are then on that day gazing at that steak and you feel like you're gonna devour it. It's called a lack of self-control. If you are ravenous, if you're hungry, in other words, if you are burdened with lust, the Bible says gouge out your eye, not so much cause a woman to gouge herself out from the room altogether. The Bible says cut off your hand. The Bible says cut off your foot. You exercise self-control upon gazing at a woman with lust, because on that day you commit adultery with the heart. It is not the responsibility of the woman to make sure that you don't lust. It is your responsibility to flee from sexual sin, and when you don't, it's on you. And even then, some women are modest in front of you and you still lust after them anyway. The problem is you. So to then try to introduce into Christianity that kind of thought by those two Muslim men is to be walking in some kind of Sharia law when we don't operate under those rules. When you try to force Christian women to cover their hair and to not wear makeup and to forget about basically everything of their beauty. Whatever, we are not Muslim. We didn't choose Islam. We chose Jesus.